welcome to Roeselare for the 59th edition of the ConXion Omloop van Vlaanderen Rally, the 7th round of the Jobfixers Belgian Rally Championship. This is championship leader Vincent Verschuren, also reigning champion. After the previous round in Ypres, he has 8 points in hand in the standings. 18 stages here in the ConXion Omloop van Vlaanderen, and we start off with a spectator stage. Verschuren has a brand new Skoda Fabia in his hands, but it's not that different from the previous one.
De wagen is eigenlijk hetzelfde als de vorige.
In fact, the car is identical to the previous one, who had all the evolutions as well. We've tried this car previously in another rally sprint in Staden, and that went well, so we were ready for this one. This is Chris Prinsen, Verschuren's main competitor, also at the wheel of a Skoda Fabia. Prinsen has won this rally twice, but last year he made a mistake and he's keen to avoid that. He has a good start though.
Gaat goed. Ik voel de auto goed
Yeah,
aan.
went well. I have a good feeling with the car. It's not perfect yet, but we were going quickly, but we don't take any risks. But no, I think we're both going very fast. We have to attack very hard. If you look at the times, compared with the guys behind, it's going fast, but can't go quicker. Adrian Fernimont, the winner of Spa previously this year. Another Skoda Fabia driver. First time he drives in the ConXion Omloop van Vlaanderen Rally with a four-wheel drive car though.
C'est fort glissant, on découvre un peu puisque
it's very slippery, so it's the first time we're here with a four-wheel drive car. So I think it's not bad for a start. And I think we're going pretty well. We don't take too many risks. Kevin de Maarschalk in the Citroën C3 R5.
In de eerste rijden we lek.
In the first stage we have a puncture in the right corner. There's a rock. I know there were rocks there, but I think the rocks were moved a bit towards the road and I hit him. So we lost some time, and the second stage wasn't too bad. There's a couple of new things on the car, a couple of new evolutions, and we haven't tried them yet. But it will be over soon afterwards for the Maarschalk when he loses a wheel, unfortunately for him. This is Sebastian Bideret and his co-driver Thomas Walbreck. The youngster supported by Skoda Belgium.
Les spéciales sont fort glissantes, on est parti peut-être.
Yeah, the stages are very slippery here. Maybe we're a bit too careful, so we had a wrong rhythm. We tried to improve in the second loop. It'll be on Michiel Krakow of the Jobfixers for the rally team. A home rally for him.
In Beveren die lust.
Yeah, the stage in Beveren I like a lot there with that loop. I have to learn to slide it a bit more, but I like it a lot. Ruben Waas with his Skoda Fabia as well.
Nu sta ik heel scherp aan de start.
I'm completely ready for this rally. I had a good preparation. Yeah, I think it's a great rally to be here. I'm looking forward to it. Krakow had an unfortunately for rally. But here he is again with the Jobfixers Ford Fiesta. A home rally for him as well.
Dus terug een beetje vertrouwen in, want
yeah, I have to get back to confidence because after I made a small mistake in Ypres in the previous round, so I have to get used to the car, build the confidence. There's room for improvement, that's for sure. Another Skoda in the hands of Bert Cornelis, and he has a difficult start to the rally as well.
Proef van de Beveren, de eerste
on the stage of Beveren in the first turn, I cut a bit, and I think there was something on the corner because we broke two rims. We could change one rim, but then we had to go slowly because the car was making a lot of sound, and we didn't want to take too many risks. So after two stages, these are the standings. Prinsen's leading from Verschuren, then Fernimont, de Maarschalk in fourth, and Bideret in fifth. Three more stages to go on Friday evening in the ConXion Omloop van Vlaanderen Rally, the 7th round of the Jobfixers Belgian Rally Championship and also a round of the historic Rally Championship. This is the big favourite, Paul Alita, with the car that took him to the Belgian Rally title 30 years ago. He has entered 4 rounds already this year and he won all 4 of them. There's plenty of Porsche at the start in Roeselare as well. This is Chris de Biezer. with one of the 997 GT3s, always spectacular. And here's another one of the crowd favourites, the Porsche of Frédéric Delplace. He's in 5th in the GT category at the end of day 1. Klaarhout with the beautiful livery of his Porsche 997. And 13th overall, Tim van Parijs, the most experienced of the Porsche drivers here, probably. And 3rd in the GT category. And just inside the top 10 overall as well. And this is Patrick Snijers leading the GT category in the Belgian Rally Championship. He's also 3rd overall, but he wants to grab the Belgian GT title here. And to do so, the 60-year-old Patrick Snijers has to beat this man, Gunther Mollens. After the end of the day 1, Mollens is leading Snijers, but only by 9/10 of a second. Back in front then, this is Jordan Sederidis, who's the world champion, the winners of last year's WRC trophy. He's in 12th overall here. Ruben Maas tries to get inside the top 10. Not easy with this strong an entry field. So Maas and Leclerc are in 11th at the end of day 1. Pieter-Jan Michiel Krakow with the Jobfixers Fiesta, trying to get his way to the front. It's all very close there at the end of day 1. And those stages in the dark are not easy, but also exciting. This is Melissa de Bakker. She's in 8th overall, and Andy Lefebvre was supposed to start with a Porsche, but his car wasn't ready, so he took back to his Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 10, and he's in 5th overall. Sebastian Bredouet, too cautious a start maybe. In 4th, 33 seconds behind the leader. Top 3 are all Skodas with Adrian Furnemont in 3rd, 24 seconds behind the leader. Vincent Verschuren has lost some more time in stages 3 to 5 on Friday evening. Verschuren is now 11 seconds behind this man. Chris Prinsen with co-driver Bram Eelbode.
En straks staat Ram met links 29 koert. 250. Straks 28 einde sekspoor.
So Chris Prinsen is leading at the end of day 1 after the first 5 stages. He has 11 seconds in hands over Verschuren. Then is Furthermore in 3rd, Bredouet in 4th, and Andy Lefebvre in 5th. "13 more stages to go on the 2nd and last day of the ConXion Omloop van Vlaanderen, the 7th round of the Jobfixers Belgian Rally Championship, also a round of the Pirelli Junior Championship. This is Glenn Snaard. He's in 3rd with his little Peugeot just behind another Peugeot, the one of Gilles Pig.
Het gevoel is super goed voor ons.
Yeah, we have a good feeling with the car. We're pretty happy. But we have a small problem with the engine. It's getting hot, so I hope we can solve it. This is the leader in the Pirelli Junior Championship, Grégoire Munster. With a small Opel Adam. Took the lead from the start in his first participation here. Yesterday we took the lead after stage 1, and now we have already 30 seconds in hand. So now we have to get to the finish without taking any risks. New for this year is this tire fitting zone, in which the driver and co-driver together with one mechanic get to change the wheels in 15 minutes.
Chris, jij bent zo'n beetje de sous-chef, heb ik de indruk.
Chris, you look like you're being the sous chef here. Yeah, but if we would really be a sous chef, I would really poison all the other crews, I think. Do you like this? Yeah, it's something different, of course, and it's good for the fans. And I like the concept pretty much because it allows us to really use our old tires on the zoning stage, so I like it. That's the end of the first part of our report. See you after the break. Welcome back in Roeselare, and the drivers have some good advice.
Dat we allemaal moeten luisteren naar de marshals.
Yeah, we have to listen to the marshals, of course, because otherwise we can't do any rallying and we can shoot some snooker. Yeah, you have to respect the zones of this for the spectators and listen to the marshals. And we have to respect those people because it's not easy what they do. We have to keep behind the tape and respect the marshals. In the historics, this is the Opel Ascot now of Jens Maas, who's in third after 9 stages, behind the BMW of Kerkhoff, but still in the lead in the historic rankings is this man, Paul Olita, with his car that is, look him to the title 30 years ago.
Dus het was een initiatief genomen.
Yeah, it's a plan that we made up before the start of the season. We want to take the car that we took to the title 30 years ago, and we want to retake the title this year in the historic championship. And up until now, everything goes well. We did 4 rallies and we won all 4 of them, so it goes well. In the M Cup, Mats van den Brandt has a small problem to the advantage of Frankie Bula.
Onze grootste concurrent is blijkbaar uitgevallen met technische
Our main competitor has some technical issues, so he's out. So we could do a good thing for the championship, but we have some small clutch issues as well. Back to the Porsches then, with Chris de Pisa trying to get to the front. Tim van Parijs fighting hard to keep up with the 2 in front.
Deze morgen op de lange proef.
Yeah, this morning on the long stage in the hairpin. Yeah, we have to declutch to change gear, and the pedal went down. So the engine stalled, and I couldn't restart the engine. And then we had the second stage. We had the same issue. Now it's solved. But we've lost a lot of time, and it's not easy to make up time to those 2 in front because they're going very hard, of course. But it's a good fight in front. Patrick Sneijers for the moment is still in second in the GT category. The 60-year-old is 12 seconds behind Gunther Mullins.
Het gaat heel hard bij iedereen, denk ik.
It's going very quickly for everybody, I think. But it's not easy because it's a very quick rally, and because it's very dry, it's very slippery as well. Because the asphalt is very different here from Ypres. It's not that far, but the asphalt is very different, and the speeds are very high here. So you have to be very careful. Glenn Mullins for the moment still leading the GT category, and he's also in 5th overall with his 997 GT3.
Patrick had al aangekondigd dat hij mij achter.
Patrick, he announced that he had to beat me to become champion, so that's a bit of an extra motivation for me, of course.
Best voor hem te zijn.
So we're doing our utmost best. Andy Lefevre had a small issue with his Mitsubishi, losing his top 5 place, unfortunately. Ruben Maas gets into the top 10.
Redelijk goed, passen dan.
It's going pretty well. Yeah, we had a small issue with the steering because we hit something. So the other 3 next stages weren't that good, but now we can fix that. Michiel Krakow up to 9th now in his Jobfixers Ford Fiesta.
We leren bij.
Yeah, we're learning all the time here. It's very different grip levels everywhere, so we're learning. Could you explain how exactly you learn here? Yeah, especially the braking is different. So you have to look where it's slippery and where it's not, and that's the thing you have to learn. You learn how to look, how slippery it is. Melissa de Bakker up to 7th now. She's only a couple of seconds away from the top 5. This man is in the top 5, top 4 even. Sebastian Bedore picking up the speed on the second day.
Et 20 droite 43, il est pas à fond. 50 gauche.
T'as eu carte blanche, ça signifie quoi?
You've had carte blanche from Skoda. What does that mean? Well, that means everything. It doesn't mean that I can take any risk and put it in the first stage should I see. But I can. There's no pressure on my shoulders here. I can take the rally as I want to do it, and I'll try to get closer to the front. Adrian Fernamont still in the top 3, but gradually losing time to the 2 drivers in front. Vincent Verschuren trying to make up time, and he does so. Small mistake by Chris Prinsen means that Verschuren is now only 7 seconds behind his main competitor for the title in the Jobfixers Belgian Rally Championship.
Ondanks dat de proeven toch zeer moeilijk zijn.
Yeah, the stages are very difficult. I think we're very like to drive here. It's a fight for every second here with Chris Prinsen. It's so easy to make a mistake. We both made the mistakes already, so we have to be focused. Yeah, co-driver Veronique is here. You're a big part of this machine, aren't you? Yes, I think so as well. Yeah, I have to show him where to go and give him the times. And give him some psychological advice. Is that necessary? No, not really. He's very strong. Chris Prinsen leading still, even though he made a small mistake that cost him some 5 seconds. But he has 7 seconds in hand now.
Ik denk dat we goed ritme rijden.
I think we had a good rhythm. We're almost every time quicker than Vincent, but it's still a long way to go. It's certainly not finished, and he has to attack. We have to beat each other for the title. So after 9 stages, Prinsen is leading from Verschuren. Fernamont still in 3rd, BRC still in 4th. Gunther Mollens now up to 5th. 9 more stages to go in the ConXion Omloop van Vlaanderen. And there's a change of situation in the Pirelli Junior Championship. Grégoire Munster had a puncture. And that means that this Niels Randwood picks up a place. And so do the others, of course. Gilles Pic is now leading.
Op de lange proef zijn Grégoire en Glint.
On the long stage, Snaat and Grégoire had a puncture. And we had a very good stage there. So now I hope we can avoid mistakes so we can take it to the end. And here's Frédéric Laplace, who made a mistake. He takes up the dirt from one of the artificial chicanes, but he puts the dirt on the road, and here comes the lead in the historic rallying, and this is what happens to Paul Alita. This ruins the back suspension, and it's the end of the rally for him and for Delplace on that stage. Bert Cornelis trying to make up for the lost time on the first day. He's already up to 16th in the car that drove Vincent Verschuren to the title last year. Maas still inside the top 10.
Goed, een beetje vermoeid.
Fatigue is setting in because temperatures are getting higher. And the stages are getting more difficult and difficult. But we try to keep up the speed. Pieter-Jan Michiel Krakow has run away from Maas, has now 1 minute 40 in hand over the yellow Skoda.
Wat is het moeilijke aan deze rally?
What's the most difficult in this rally? It's very slippery by times, and changing of grips is not easy as well. And sometimes you pull the handbrake when it's not necessary, and then the other way around, so not easy. Patrick Snee is still fighting hard to get back to Gunther Mollens. The gap is only 3.4 seconds now. And the Porsches are in 5th and 6th overall. So beating a couple of the R5s. With this one, Melissa de Bakker, who's in 7th, 18 seconds behind the Sneers. Sebastian Bedore. Small mistake here, but he's still in 4th overall, driving a good rally, as is Adrian Fernamont, despite their lack of experience with a 4-wheel drive car here. Vincent Verschuren made a mistake in this loop, and he's down to 19 seconds behind the leader.
De laatste twee proeven hebben we toch.
In the last two stages, we've lost some time, and pop-off valve is not working well. It wasn't easy before to keep up with Chris. It took 2 seconds when we were Passendalen, but it's almost impossible to catch up. Chris, you look very comfortable here. Yeah, I feel very good at the wheel of the car, but stages are very difficult, very slippery, and it will get worse. Yeah, with this guy next to me, he's chasing me, so I can't let up, can I? So I can't do it safe. I have to go very quickly. After stage 14, this is the classification. Prinsen leading from Verschuren, Ferdinand Bedouin and Gunther Mullins in 5th. Final 4 stages then, and nothing can stop Jules Pic in the Pirelli Junior rankings, and he takes his 2nd win of the year. Yeah, at last we're back at the finish, and we win immediately, so that's very good. In Ypres you had some bad luck, but here it went very well. You beat Grégoire Munster. Yeah, of course, but of course Grégoire had a puncture, so I think he would have been in front of us. But it was a great fight, so I like the result. And the Rodania watches for the winners of the Pirelli Junior Championship. Danny Karkov with his BMW wins in historic, and the M Cup win goes to Frankie Bula, who finishes in 11th overall. Back to the fight in GT then. It looked like Mullins would take the win. He crossed the line in first after the last stage, but afterwards he took 30 seconds penalty for clocking in 3 minutes late, and so the win goes to Patrick Snijers and the Belgian GT title as well. Not bad for a 60-year-old. Sebastian Bedouin finishes the ConXion Omloop van Vlaanderen in 4th, with Adrian Furnemont taking another podium finish in the Jobfixers Belgian Rally Championship. Vincent Verschuren loses some points in the title fight. For Chris Prinsen takes another win here and reduces the gap towards Chris Prinsen to 4 points.
Ja, ik denk dat we mogen zeggen dat we verdiend gewonnen hebben.
Yeah, I think we had a deserved win here. I knew at the end of the previous round in Ypres that I had a good feeling with the car. I had found a good setup, and I have plenty of confidence in the car here. I had a very good feeling. The team did a fantastic job, and I've been doing rallying for 25 years now, and I think Vincent is one of the strongest competitors I've ever had. I have to attack very hard, and it's very good when you have a car you're very confident in. So Prinsen wins it from Verschuren, Furnemont in 3rd, Bedouin in 4th, and Patrick Snijers in 5th. Standings in the championship. Verschuren now leads with 4 points in hand over Prinsen. Snijers up to 3rd, and Belgian GT champion Bedouin in 4th, and Furnemont in 5th. So that was it for the ConXion Omloop van Vlaanderen. 2 rounds to go in the Jobfixers Belgian Rally Championship. Next one, the East Belgian Rally.